Well, it didn't take long for Tucker Carlson to now start claiming that the COVID-19 pandemic was engineered by, you guessed it, the Jews. The Jews are responsible, ladies and gentlemen, because apparently Ashkenazi Jews, according to Tucker Carlson and science, they were apparently immune to it. None of them got it, according to Tucker Carlson and whoever the dingbat guest is. So science is now revealing, this is scientifically true. There was a finding in a scientific publication that people of Jewish ancestry, which line they're from, one was more heavily impacted than the other, but Ashkenazi Jews, they were free from the virus. The virus knew exactly the ancestry, the DNA components, and it didn't bother with the Ashkenazi Jews, guys. That's according to Tucker Carlson. Here is the video. Have a watch.
So I remember Bobby Kennedy got into a great deal of trouble because he said at some event, of course, the New York Post led the charge against him, of course, but that COVID could be tailored. In fact, for whatever reason, COVID had disparate effects on populations.
That's absolutely true. I mean, that's scientifically true. And I was quite familiar with that literature when he made that comment.
What does that mean? Which populations suffered most from COVID?
There was a finding in a scientific publication that two different populations of people of Jewish ancestry, depending which line they're from, one was more heavily impacted than the other. Mm-hmm. And that was
Sephardic Ashkenazi.
Yes,
basically.
And that was the finding. And I think the point that he was trying to make, or maybe didn't articulate well, is that the agent can be tailored to have that effect, and that's absolutely true. And that's through old gain of function technology. And with full synthetics, what I'm saying is you can make this so specific is that if I got your DNA, like off say that you threw a cup, I can tailor an agent just to you. And this is how it's changing. And if you're using AI behind that, I could then, and I say that I got a DNA sample from a couple of your relatives, so I knew what your family tree partially looked like. Machine learning is very good at actually random forest and tree decision making. You do a lot of complex AI behind this to figure out and make predictions that AI could about what your family tree looked like and have the disease travel through your family line.
I wonder if Xi Jinping was saying to scientists in the Wuhan lab, guys, don't attack the Ashkenazi Jews. Leave them out. Give them immunity. But in the coding of the virus, make sure that you include every single populace you possibly can, but Ashkenazi Jews. Leave them out, guys. That's Xi Jinping's order. And then the scientists in the Wuhan lab get about their gain of function research and all that sort of other nonsense that goes on with that. And they release the virus upon the world. But apparently the Ashkenazi Jews, they're all immune to it. That's at least according to Tucker's guest and Tucker. Oh, the Ashkenazi Jews, they're so immune to a virus. But guess what, guys? Technology is now so smart, which I believe it is pretty intelligent, right? Especially with AI. And you can actually create a virus that can attach to your DNA and your DNA alone. I believe that is possible. But to then say that this is back in 2019, where we know the virus originated in a lab in Wuhan, sure, Fauci was responsible in large part, or I think, most part, in fact, for the virus spreading. We know that as actual fact. But apparently, maybe it was Fauci, maybe it was someone else, maybe it was Xi Jinping for all we know. Like, they just happened to leave a DNA sample out of the Ashkenazi Jews. Maybe they just created a virus that would attack anyone and everyone. Maybe think about that for a second. Like, we're going to create a pathogen that is so deadly and so bad, which, by the way, wasn't even that deadly compared to like Spanish flu, for example, or other pandemics or viruses that have been around in the world. But the reaction to it, for sure, that was the most deadliest part, because the reaction to it was outrageous. I mean, I think all of us have got like PTSD from that period of time. But my goodness me, guys, did you ever think, wait, the Jews were running the Wuhan Lab Institute of Virology at the time? Man, the Jews are bloody well everywhere, aren't they? They're even in Wuhan, China, in a virology lab. I mean, I've heard a lot of crazy theories, man, but this one takes the cake. I mean, Tucker, I got to give you credit for this one, mate. Well bloody done. You're connecting the dots everywhere, man. And wouldn't you know it? The Jews are showing up as being responsible for the virus spreading. Who knew? Who knew that that was actually going to happen? Oh, by the way, lots of Ashkenazi Jews responded to Tucker Carlson's outlandish claims and were saying, Ashkenazi Jew here, if I were immune, why did I get COVID? Heaps of people. I couldn't count how many, but there was a lot of comments of Ashkenazi Jews all saying, wait a minute, I got infected with the virus. Why wasn't I immune to it? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, wait a minute. Why did so many Ashkenazi Jews all around the world and even in Israel, why in the world did they get the virus? So this scientific paper or this scientific research, it ain't true. Maybe some people definitely were immune to it. There were plenty of people that I knew that didn't actually get the virus. And if they did get it, they were fine. Most people were actually fine. Guess what? I've had the flu worse. I've had influenza worse than I did with COVID. In fact, after I had the stupid vaccine, I felt a lot worse the day after than ever when I actually had COVID. And by the way, I was forced to get the damn jab. Just saying. Because in Sydney, you weren't allowed to do anything or go anywhere, especially where I was living, unless you got the jab. Didn't want to do it, but forced to do it. And I'm paying significantly for the consequences of doing it. Haven't been as healthy as I would like to be, considering. Neither has my mum or my dad. That's the repercussions of the stupid forcing. Oh, we're not forcing anyone, but you're not allowed to work unless you have it. So we're going to take away someone's livelihood. Right. No, that's wrong on so many different levels. But ladies and gentlemen, Tucker Carlson, the arbiter of all truth, the man that says, I don't know much, if anything at all, which you don't. So it amazes me how this claim is now making the rounds, and apparently it's going to get Tucker Carlson in trouble. Yeah, for lies. That's what it's going to get him in trouble for, mate. For lying. For having someone on that's got no idea about anything. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but I just love the comments. The comments were probably like the best part of this video. It was just countless Ashkenazi Jews going, well, what about me? Like, I still got the virus. This doesn't make much sense to me. Like, this is bloody well outrageous. I'm actually annoyed. Quite considerably annoyed, guys, that I happened to get it. I wasn't immune. What the hell was Xi Jinping thinking by not including me? Man, honestly, I think Tucker and all those dingbats are just losing the plot. They're really, I can't take it anymore. They're just crazy. I mean, why can't you just tell the bloody truth for once? Is it so hard? Oh, you know why? I'm the provocateur. What's the craziest thing we can possibly do? What's going to get the Israel derangement syndrome really riled up? I know. They were responsible for COVID-19. Let's go with that. Oh, but Ashkenazi Jews, guys, they were immune. So it must have been someone that's an Ashkenazi Jew. Except Ashkenazi Jews got it. Oh. Anyway, that's enough from me, guys. You take care. You be blessed. And I'll see you all in the next video.